Welcome students. Here today we are going to discuss how to insert data in a table. I hope till the last class you have understood and you are writing all the notes that I am giving here. Means the explanation points you must write in your copy. Don't forget to write, because when you will study, this copy will help you a lot. Even it will help you more than your book even. Okay, so here you see inserting data in a table. Already we have created a table in the previous class. This table name was what? Student table. We have created already. You can see this one, student table. So we are assuming that this student table we have, and we are going to insert data or values in this table only. So how to start? Now see, first of all, see how many columns we have. 1 2 3 4 5 columns. Means after creating a table, we'll have roll number column, then name column, then total marks column, then grade and date of results. So in that way one table will be created, and we have to insert values in this way. And after inserting a row, it will be known as a record or row, as we know. So how to insert? We have 5 columns. Accordingly we have to start inserting values. So insert value in a table, we have to use insert command, and within using insert we have to write into. Remember, insert into student, the table name. That means you have to write all the syntax you see in your book. Insert into student, then values, not value, it is values. Remember, insert into, then the table name, then you have to write values. After that you can give bracket here even, no problem. You can come to the next line, no problem. So better to come to the next line, so it will you can write very clearly in every record in each line. So you should not break the lines. Okay, if you break also it is correct, no problem, but better to write in a single line. So here starting bracket, as you see the data types of all the columns, as you know, roll number data type is int. So while int, we should not give any quotation while inserting the values. So here you see roll number we have given 1. The next value we have given for name, the name column is the name column. It has varchar. So if it is varchar, we should give double quotation. Either already it is given not null, that means we cannot make it empty. We must give values for the field. Okay, varchar 20 is maximum, and within this whatever we can be given. So it is first of roll number, then name we have inserted. The name we have inserted is Rahul. Then total marks, the value of total marks you see, total marks, it is also int, so no need to give any quotation. So total mark comes. Then grade also car, you can see grade car. Okay, so quotation will come. Car and varchar always comes quotation. Next is date of result. Here the data type is date. As you know, what is the format of date? Date values always comes with year, then month, then day. Year, month, day. Last class we have discussed, just you see in the first class, I think, or second class, we have discussed the data types. In the data types you see how to insert the date values. So when it comes about your date, it should start with quotation. You see quotation, it is given single quote, not double quote. Remember, always you have to use single quote. Only for number values like integer or float, we don't use quotation. And another one, date and time format is there, year. If it is only year, that time also you don't give any quotation. Okay, after that writing one record, you must put semicolon. When you will put semicolon, that means this record is inserted in your table. So if you want to insert more records at a time, multiple records at a time, what can be done? Either you can do one by one, that means insert into student 1, finished, semicolon. Again you can write insert into student values, roll number 2, again semicolon. In that way you can do, you can write one by one, but it will take maximum time. So there is a possibility to start, or that means to give multiple values, multiple records at a time. So for that, what you need to do? Nothing, just simply in place of semicolon, every after record you just put comma. So here the similar things for first roll number, then name, then total marks, then what, grade, then date. After that put semicolon, you have to put comma, don't put semicolon. If you give semicolon, then you have to write again insert into student values. Okay, so comma, in that way multiple records. At the last, if you give semicolon, that means it is finished. After giving semicolon, you just press enter while doing practical, then it will be inserted in the table. So after inserting, if you want to view all the contents that I have inserted 3 or 4 records, let me see the records how it is displaying. You can see the whole table contents by writing this command. Remember, select star from student, that means student is your table name. Whatever table you have, if you have any another customer table, employee table, whatever is the table is there, if you write star, select star from the table name, then all the contents, what are the records you have already inserted, all the records will be displayed like this. You can see. Okay, so now see, in the table some of the fields we have null, nothing is there, that means null. Here also it is nothing is there, that means what? Null. As you know, default constraint is null, and the constraint already you have discussed. If it is constraint primary key, we must give value, and value must be unique. Here we have inserted records. You can see this is, sorry, as you know, roll number is a primary key, 1 2 3 4. Again you cannot 1, or again you cannot give 2 or 3 and 4, because these are primary key, it is unique always. And other rest of the constraint, if you see not null, that means this field will define that the field will have null values or not. As we know, not null means you cannot give any null values, it must have values. Null means we can give or we can omit also. So as we have two fields, we having null values, so we can omit by giving value to this field. We may not give values. So sometimes it may happen that we don't want to give value for each and every field. Some of the fields may be left empty, which fields are some fields may have the null value, so we can make it left empty. So for that, how to insert the values? So let's see. So that one I have written here, inserting data in specific columns. Which specific column? That means some columns will omit, those column will have only the null values, that columns will not contain values, and rest of the columns you must give values. As we know, the roll number, now see how to start the same, and here just you need to mention. In previous case we did not mention, here directly we have given. Here you can see we have not mentioned, directly we have given as a whole, because we are giving values for all the fields. Okay, so if you want to skip some columns, then those fields cannot be left empty, that column's name you have to mention. I am repeating, those columns may not left empty, that column's name you have to mention. How? So here you see, insert into student, after the table name you have to mention. As we know, roll number is the primary key, we cannot make it left empty. Name also not null, so we must give values. Date of result also not null, we must give values. You can see the structure here. Sorry, these are not null, primary key, so we must give values for these fields, we cannot left empty. So here just you need to mention, and rest of the things are similar. Here you see only 3 values I have given for these 3 columns: roll number, then the name, then the date of result. Okay, after that, the similarly, if you want to display all the contents, the same query you need to write, select star from student. Here little bit problem, that means it was written like that, month it comes first, and the day. Remember, month come first and day. Just to write correctly. Okay, I have cut and written correctly. 2020, then the month is 12 and day is 5. Okay, so now you can see in the roll number 5 that lastly we have inserted, we have given value for this column, and this column, name, roll number and date of result. You can see, sorry, name, roll number, name and date of result. These 3 columns will have values, and the remaining will have automatically, you can see, null value has been inserted. Okay, null value, because this is the default constraint. It is automatically, you no need to put the values, it will automatically put the null values. So up to this much I think you have understood. And now see, I am frustrated, as so many times I told you that whenever it is given any homework, you just show me that how can I understand that you are getting this one, you are understanding or not. Okay, just you are watching the videos and you are keeping like that. What is this? The last video, it was told in the last video that you submit your homework. One homework was given, only 3 or 4 students they have sent. but not among for all the boys. I think all from girls students they have sent. Okay, but what about the boys? I don't know what you are doing. Okay, school is very that means within 15 or 10 days I think it will start, as well as we know. Okay, some of the schools will start from 21, and our schools when it will start yet to decide. Within this month or maybe from beginning of the October our school will resume, and that time if you say that sir I did not watch the video this and that time you see, while coming to school, before joining school you must watch all the videos and you must complete the syllabus, then you come. If you have any questions regarding this one, you can ask questions on that after resumption of the schools. That time you can ask the sir I have not understood this point, that point, simply without going through all the videos. Then you will come and you will ask the question, sir I did not understand this and that. It will not be happen and it will be not encouraged, remember. Okay, so up to this much we have discussed. The next class, within 1 or 2 classes we'll complete our syllabus, then I'll give you question answers. Okay, so up to this much it is finished. Thank you.